Happy Thursday, everybody. Today we're going to start the fencing project, and this is going to be due Friday. My students who are in the classroom are starting it today as well, and they're going to be allowed 2 days to do it. So you can start it today. If you finish it all today, that's great. If not, don't feel the pressure to finish it today, because you can certainly finish and turn it in tomorrow. So it says here the fencing project has 3 parts to it. The instructions are contained in the video, which is what we're doing right now. The entire project is due Friday, and I give you a schedule for completion. Okay, so if we look at the slides, here's how it works. It says you have just purchased your dream home and want to put a large fence around your property. There are 2 companies that you have found to do the work. The boundary of your yard is determined by 5 trees. The lines connecting them forms the edge of your property. Your property also has 5 gates, one located midpoint between the trees. Okay? So it says here, using the graph paper, place your home at the origin 00. To mark the position of each tree on your land, let each block of graph paper represent a 10-yard by 10-yard square. After graphing the trees, connect them. Now, you have a choice. You can either use the Google drawing that I've included with this assignment, and I'll show you how that works, to do your drawing on that, or you can do your drawing on a sheet of graph paper and upload a photo of that to Google Classroom with this assignment. Okay? Then it says, use the distance formula to find the length of each side of your property, determine the midpoint between the trees, and plot the location of each of the gates. Compute the cost and determine which company is best. So once you have your lines drawn, and once you have decided where you think the midpoints are, what is halfway between each tree, go ahead and put a gate on each of those. All right. So here are the location of the trees relative to your house. So the trees are 100 yards east of your house, 40 yards east and 80 yards south. 40 yards west, 120 yards south, 90 yards west, 60 yards north, and 20 yards east, 110 yards north. So when you have your Google drawing pad, this is what it looks like. It looks just like a coordinate plane. Notice down here I've put a compass rose, north, south, east, and west, and one block is 10 yards. So for example, the first one is 10 yards east. So my home is right here at the origin 00. Okay. So what you can do is you can come up here to insert. And if you go insert image, you can upload one from the computer or search the web and just simply type house. And we'll look at these different types of houses that come up. So let's suppose I want to pick this house here. I just pick the house, click insert, and you're going to get a very big house. So just shrink it down, right like this. And just grab and move your house to the origin, which is right there, which is 00. Okay? So now you're going to start at 00 and you're going to count 10 east. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so right here is where your first tree is going to go, because this here is the spot 100 yards east. Okay, so I'll just come up here and grab a text box and draw myself a little text box over here. And in the text box, I will type an ordered pair of 100, 0. Okay. And then insert image. And now I'm going to look for a tree. And so I'll just grab this tree right here and click on it, come down here and press insert. And then you're going to just grab that tree and shrink her down to size. Okay. And you put the tree right here. Okay. Now, your next tree, it tells you, is 40 yards east and 80 yards south. So what I'm going to do again is count 40 yards this way. So here's my origin, 0, 0. So 10, 20, 30, 40. And then 80 south. So that's going to be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. All right. So right here is where the next tree is going to be. Okay. So same thing here. We'll go to Insert, Image, and we'll just, to make it easy, we'll grab that tree there, Insert. So we'll shrink her down and come right over here at 4080. Okay. And again, you'd come up here, you'd get a text box. You would put $40. Now, this is going to be a negative 80. Because remember, you're dealing here at the coordinate plane. So you went over 4 and 40 and down 8, so 40, 80. Now, what you need to do to draw a line is you're going to come up here, okay, and right over here where it says select line, okay, you just select your line and you draw from one tree to the other, and that's going to represent your fence, okay? Just right like that, okay? So that's going to represent your fence, okay? Now, once you finish the drawing, that was the first part. Okay, then complete the computations and the cost analysis. So for the computations, you come here where it says calculations, and you're going to do the distance formula for your distance between each of these trees using the ordered pairs from the graph, okay? So right up here, you've got 100, 0, and 40, negative 80. So that's what you would use to find the distance between tree number 1 and tree number 2. Okay? Now, you can do your work on a separate sheet of paper. If you want to, you can use the equation editor tool and actually type in these boxes if you want. That is entirely up to you. It's not required. But I do want all of your answers on this sheet here. It'll just make it easier for me to grade it with all your answers right here. And if I have questions about your work, I can certainly look at it. Then you're going to look for the points that are between both trees, and that's going to be your midpoints where your gates are going to go. And that's going to be, you're just going to write ordered pairs. Then you would read your cost analysis, just follow the instructions and decide which company is best. And of course, down here is your grading rubric. Okay? So if we go back to the assignment here, what I did put up is this is what a student did last year. I did do this assignment last year during our virtual learning. And this is an example of what a completed one would look like. Okay, so I put this up here so you have an idea what one would look like. Please do your own work and only use this as a reference. Don't just copy what this person did, but use it kind of as a reference and a guide. Do your own work, please. Please do your own work. Okay? And then once you're done, you're just going to submit all of this on Google Classroom. So So if you have a question, I will be on Google Meet at 10:45 to 11:45. You can email me, but please remember I do have 3 classes that are in person throughout the day. So if I don't get back to you right away, I'm not ignoring you. It's just I'm probably in the middle of teaching one of my other classes. All right. So again, if you have a question, please let me know. I'll have this video up there shortly. And enjoy yourselves. Be creative. Use the Google Drawings and make yourself a nice looking dream house and property. All right. Talk to you later.